Hello friends, I welcome you in lecture number 12 on basic statistics. In this lecture, we are going to discuss how to find interquartile range and quartile deviation for continuous or grouped frequency distribution. So as we have discussed that quartiles divide the data into 4 equal parts. Say this is Q1, Q2 and Q3. And we know that second quartile is nothing but median, and we have discussed how to compute median for continuous frequency distribution. So we will discuss how to find out Q1 and Q3 for continuous frequency distributions. So method is same. If we recall the method of finding median, then we know that formula for median in case of continuous frequency distribution is L plus H by F times N by 2 minus C, where L is the lower limit of median class, H is class size, this F is frequency of median class, this C is the cumulative frequency of the class preceding the median class, and N is sum of all the frequencies, that is total number of observations. And to find out the median class, we find out the n by 2th observation. We find that which class contains n by 2th observation. So that class we consider as median class, and that we find using the cumulative frequencies. So in case of second quartile, we will use this formula, that is Q2 equal to median, and median is given by this formula. Now for first and third quartile, formula is similar with some changes. Suppose we are interested in the first quartile, then first we will decide the class which contains the first quartile, and formula for Q1 will be similar to this one. Instead of n by 2, here we will have n by 4, and we will find out the class which contains n by 4th observation. So this will be the formula for first quartile, Q1. So Q1 equal to L plus H by F times n by 4 minus C, where L is the lower limit of the class which contains first quartile, which is known as first quartile class, and all these things are similar to the formula of median. H is class size, F is the frequency of the first quartile class, N equal to sigma F, C is the cumulative frequency of the class preceding the first quartile class. And for third quartile, we will replace this by 3, and instead of n by 4, we will write 3n by 4, and we will find out the class which contains 3n by 4th observation using cumulative frequency. So if you have understood the method of finding median which we have discussed in earlier lecture, then formulas for first and third quartile are also similar. In the formula of median, here we write n by 2. For first quartile, we will write n by 4, and for third quartile, we will write 3n by 4. That is the only change in that formula. And instead of median class, we have to find out the classes which contains first quartile and third quartile. So, and we know that interquartile range is difference of third and first quartile, and quartile deviation is difference of third and first quartile divided by 2, that is half of the interquartile range. So first we have written that how to find quartiles for continuous frequency distributions. So for that, these are the steps. First we find cumulative frequencies. To find first quartile, we first find the class which contains n by 4th observation, and that class we will call as first quartile class. and n is nothing but sum of all the frequencies. And the formula for first quartile is q1 equal to L plus h by f times n by 4 minus c. As I discussed, this L is the lower limit of first quartile class, f is the frequency of first quartile class, c is the cumulative frequency of the class preceding the first quartile class, and h is class size. Now formula for third quartile will be similar to this. Instead of n by 4, we will write 3n by 4, and we will find out the class which contains 3n by 4th observation, and that class will be known as third quartile class. To find third quartile, we find the class containing 3n by 4th observation. This class is called third quartile class. This is the formula for third quartile, L plus h by f times 3n by 4 minus c. L is lower limit of the third quartile class. This f is the frequency of third quartile class. C is the cumulative frequency of the class preceding the third quartile class. H is class size. So you can see the similarity between these formulas. Here we have n by 4 for first quartile. Here we have 3n by 4 for third quartile. For second quartile or median, we will have n by 2. So this will be replaced by n by 2 for second quartile or median. So this is second quartile formula. It is equal to median, q2 equal to L plus h by f n by 2 minus c. And then formula for interquartile range is same. It is difference of third and first quartile, and quartile deviation is nothing but half of interquartile range. So it is 1/2 times q3 minus q1. So with this in mind, we try to do this example. Here we are asked to find interquartile range and quartile deviation for the following distribution. So here classes are given. The variable is height. Heights are given between among these classes. There are 3 candidates with height between 205 and 245, with 205 included. Then there are 11 candidates having height between 245 and 285. 245 is included. Similarly, we are given frequencies for each of these classes. Now one more thing, for all these formulas, our classes must be exclusive. So if classes are not exclusive, we have to convert them into exclusive type classes before applying all these formulas for continuous frequency distribution. So if distribution is not continuous, or if classes are not exclusive, if classes are inclusive, we will convert them into exclusive classes before applying all these formulas. All these formulas are applicable for exclusive classes only. So this is one important remark, that you must check whether classes given are exclusive or not. If they are inclusive, convert them into exclusive type classes, then apply a corresponding formula. Here classes are exclusive, so we can start with first quartile. To find out first quartile, first we have to find out sum of all the frequencies, and then we have to write down cumulative frequencies. So I have prepared this table. These are the classes, corresponding frequencies and cumulative frequencies. So if we take sum of all these frequencies, we have n equal to sigma f, which is 50, and I have written cumulative frequencies here. First frequency as it is, then addition of these two is written here. Addition of these two is 37 plus 9, 46, and this is 50. So this must be equal to sigma f. First we have to decide the class containing first quartile. For that we find out n by 4, value of n by 4 is 12.5. So 12.5, we have to find out the position number 12.5. So if we observe here, this first column, there are 3 candidates with height between 205 and 245. So first 3 positions are occupied here, 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 persons with height having in this class. Then after 4th candidate, 4, 5, 6 up to 14, they belong to this class. Heights with this cumulative candidates number 4, 5, 6 up to 14 will have height in between 245 and 285. So this position 12.5th observation or position will have height in this class. So this is the first quartile class, 245 to 285. So we have written here first quartile class is 245 to 285. Now lower limit of this class will be considered as small l. So l equal to 245. Frequency of this class will be considered as frequency of first quartile class, and this 3 is the cumulative frequency of the class which is preceding this first quartile class. So we will consider C equal to 3. Class size is 245 minus 205, that is 40. So first quartile class is 245 to 285. Lower limit of first quartile class is 245. Frequency of first quartile class is 11. Cumulative frequency of the class preceding the first quartile class is 3 and class size is 40. So we have all these quantities, and substituting all these quantities in this formula, we will obtain first quartile. Q1 equal to L plus H by F, N by 4 minus C. We put L equal to 245, H is 40, F is 11, N by 4 is 50 divided by 4, that is 12.5, minus C, that is 3. So if we calculate all this, then we obtain first quartile equal to 279.54. Now we require third quartile. So for third quartile, we have to first find the class containing third quartile, which we will call as third quartile class. So for that, first we have to decide value of 3 into n by 4. So here n is 50. So let me remove all this. Now I have to find out value of 3 into n by 4. So that I have calculated here. For third quartile, first we decide what is 3 into n by 4. 3 into n is 50 divided by 4, that is 37.5. So we have to decide the observation at this position, 37.5. So 37.5 will be after 37. Okay. So here position number 38 or after 37. So if we round off this 37.5, then it is approximately equal to 38. So position number 38, 39 up to 46 will belong observation at these positions. 38, 39 up to 46 will belong in this class. So this is the third quartile class. So 325 to 365 is third quartile class. So we will consider L equal to lower limit 325, F is frequency of this class, cumulative frequency of the class preceding this class is C equal to 37. So here we have written all those things, that third quartile class is 325 to 365, therefore L is 325, F equal to 9, C equal to 37, H equal to 40, and this is the formula for third quartile. Q3 equal to L plus H by F, 3 into N by 4 minus C. We substitute all these values in this formula and we obtain third quartile equal to 327.22. Then we can find out interquartile range by taking difference of third and first quartile, and interquartile range turns out to be 47.68. Quartile deviation is half of interquartile range, so 1 by 2 times 47.68, that is 23.84. So in this way we can decide interquartile range and quartile deviation for continuous or grouped frequency distribution. So we have to remember these formulas, that first quartile is given by L plus H by F times N by 4 minus C. Third quartile is given by L plus H by F times 3N by 4 minus C. And interquartile range is difference of third and first quartile. Quartile deviation is half of interquartile range, 1/2 times Q3 minus Q1. So I hope you like this lecture. Thank you very much.